Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. Okay. So today we will do let's chant the second chapter. Then we'll do the meanings from the Gita home study, just the meanings of the shlokas. And then the idea is to just focus on the Sthita Prajna Lakshanas. Maybe we'll do another reading of all those last 10 to 15 verses. So we'll see how much we can cover today. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Dvitiyodhyaha. I would recommend everyone to either follow the Sanskrit text or have the Bhagavad Gita and the lyrics that they can follow. अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः साङ्ख्ययोगः सञ्जय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणं विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः श्रीभगवानुवाच कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन क्लैब्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्तोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप अर्जुन उवाच कथं भीष्ममहं सङ्ख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हावरिसूदन गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुं भैक्ष्यमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरूनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान् कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि
न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयः.
I lost the page. 1 second. Oh no, sorry. Just give me 1 minute. This page got skipped. न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयः यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः तेव स्थिताः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम् न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यात् अच्छोकमुच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नं वृद्धं राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम् सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तप न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच हृषीकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परम् देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते नासतो विद्यते भावो नाभावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः अविनाशि तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति अन्तवन्त इमे देहा नित्यस्योक्ताः शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत य एनं वेत्ति हन्तारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतः नायं हन्ति न हन्यते न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं य एनमजमव्ययम् कथं स there are some typos here कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकम् वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणुः अचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैवं शोचितुमर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि। अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत, अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना। आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम्, आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः, आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति, श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्। देहि नित्यमवध्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत, तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि। स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष्य न विकम्पितुमर्हसि, धर्म्याद्धियुद्धात् श्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते। यदृच्छया चोपपन्नं स्वर्गद्वारमपावृतं, सुखिनः क्षत्रियाः पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम्। अथ चेत्त्वमिमं धर्म्यं सङ्ग्रामं न करिष्यसि, ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापमवाप्स्यसि। अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम्, सम्भावितस्य चाकीर्तिः मरणादतिरिच्यते। भयाद्रणादुपरतं मन्स्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः, येषां च त्वं बहुमतः भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम्। अवाच्यवादांश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः, निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्यं ततो दुःखतरं नु किम्। हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गं जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम्। तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय, युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः। सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ, ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि। एषा ते विहिता साङ्ख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु, बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि। नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते, स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्। व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः एकेह कुरु नन्दन, बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्। यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्यविपश्चितः, वेदवादरताः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः। कामात्मानस्वर्गपरा जन्मकर्मफलप्रदां क्रियाविशेषबहुलां भोगैश्वर्यगतिं प्रति, भोगैश्वर्यप्रसक्तानां तयापहृतचेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते। त्रैगुण्यविषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन, निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थः निर्योगक्षेम आत्मवान्। यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके, तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः। कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन, मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि। योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय, सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते। दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय, बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणाः फलहेतवः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम् कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम् यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यसि निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धिः तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम् श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेषविमुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशुः बुद्धिर्पर्यवतिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे साङ्ख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः अर्जुन उवाच ध्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम् श्रीभगवानुवाच लोकेऽस्मिन् द्विविधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिनाम्. That's it. So we'll read the word meanings of these shlokas that we just chanted. Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, knowledge, yoga of knowledge. Sanjaya said to him who was sad and thus overwhelmed by compassion, whose eyes were filled with tears and showed distress, Madhusudana spoke these words. Sri Bhagavan said, in such a crisis, from where has this despair come upon you, O Arjuna? It is not at all becoming of an upright man and does not add to your good name, nor is it which leads one to heaven. O Partha, do not yield to unmanliness. This does not befit you. Give up this lowly weakness of heart and get up, O Parantapa, the vanquisher of enemies. Arjuna said, O Arisudana, the destroyer of foes, O Madhusudana, how will I in this battle fight with arrows against Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? It would be better indeed to eat food collected from others here in this world than to kill these highly exalted teachers. Whereas, if I kill them, the enjoyment of security and pleasure I would experience in this world will be stained with blood. And we do not know which of the two will be better for us, that we should conquer them or they should conquer us. The sons of Dhritarashtra, after slaying whom we will indeed not want to live, stand facing us. Overcome by heartedness, confused about my duty, I ask you, which is definitely better for me? Please tell me. I am your student. Please teach me, who has taken refuge in you. I do not see anything that will remove the sorrow that dries up my senses. Even if I were to obtain an unrivaled and prosperous kingdom on earth and sovereignty over the denizens of heaven. Sanjaya said, having spoken to Rishikesha in this manner, Gudakesha, the master of sleep, Parantapa, saying to Govinda, I shall not fight, became silent. O Bharata, Dhritarashtra here, to him who was sad, Arjuna, in the midst of both armies, Rishikesha, as though laughing, said these words. Sri Bhagavan said, You grieve for those who should not be grieved for, yet you speak words of wisdom. The wise do not grieve for those who are living or for those who are no longer living. There was never a time that I did not exist, nor you, nor these kings, nor will any of us cease to exist in the future. Just as how for an indweller of this body, the jiva, there is childhood, youth, and old age, so too is the gaining of another body. With reference to that, a wise person does not come to grief. O son of Kunti, the contacts of the sense organs with the sensory world, which give rise to cold and heat, pleasure and pain, which have the nature of coming and going, are not constant. Endure them, O Bharata, descendant of Bharata. O Arjuna, the prominent among men, the person whom these Sukha and Dukkha do not affect, who is the same in pleasure and pain, and who is discriminative, is fit for gaining liberation. For the unreal, Mithya, there is never any being. For the real, there is never any non being. The ultimate truth of both of these is seen by the knowers of the truth. Know that by which this entire world is pervaded to be indeed indestructible. No one can bring about the destruction of the one that does not change. These bodies of the embodied one, the self, which is not subject to change, which is indestructible, and which is not available as an object of knowledge, are subject to end. Therefore, O Bharata, fight. Both the one who thinks the self to be the killer and the one who thinks of it as the killed do not know. The self does not kill, nor is it killed. The self is never born, nor does it die. It is not that having been, it ceases to exist again. The self is unborn, eternal, undergoes no change whatsoever, and is ever new. When the body is destroyed, it is not destroyed. O son of Pritha, the one who knows this self to be indestructible, timeless, unborn, and not subject to decline, how and whom does that person kill? Whom does he cause to kill? Just as a person gives up old clothes and takes up new ones, so too the indweller of the body gives up old bodies and takes others which are new. Weapons do not cut this self, nor does fire burn it. Water does not wet or drown it, and wind does not dry it. This self cannot be cut, burnt, drowned, or dried. It is changeless, all pervading, stable, immovable, and eternal. This self is said to be unmanifest, not an object of thought, and not subject to change. Therefore, knowing this, you should not grieve. And if you take the Atma to have constant birth and death, even then, O mighty armed, you ought not to grieve for the Atma in this manner. Because for that which is born, death is certain, and for that which is dead, birth is certain. Therefore, you should not grieve over that which cannot be altered. All beings are unmanifest in the beginning, manifest in the middle, and again unmanifest in the end. What indeed is there to grieve about, O Bharata? One looks upon the self as a wonder. Similarly, another speaks of it as a wonder. Still another, even after hearing about the self, does not understand it at all. This Atma, the indweller of the body of all beings, is ever indestructible. O Bharata, therefore you ought not to grieve for all these people. And also, from the standpoint of your duty, you should not waver, for there is nothing greater for a Kshatriya than a righteous war. And O son of Pritha, only lucky Kshatriyas get this kind of battle, which has come by chance and which is an open gate to heaven. But if you refuse to engage in this war, which is in keeping with Dharma, then, forfeiting your own duty and honor, you will incur sin. Also, people will speak of your unending infamy. For the honored, dishonor is surely worse than death. The great warriors will consider you as having retreated from battle due to fear, and you, having been so highly esteemed by them, will fall in their esteem. And belittling your prowess, your enemies will say many unutterable things about you. Is there anything more painful than that? Destroyed, you will gain heaven. Victorious, you will enjoy the world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, get up, having resolved to fight. Taking pleasure and pain, gain and loss, victory and defeat to be the same, prepare for battle. Thus you will incur no sin. This wisdom with reference to self-knowledge has so far been told to you. Now, listen to the wisdom of yoga, with which you will get rid of the bondage of action, O son of Pritha. In this, there is no waste of effort, nor are the opposite results produced. Even very little of this karma yoga protects one from great fear. With reference to this moksha, O joy of the Kurus, there is a single, well ascertained understanding. The notions of those who lack discrimination are many branched and innumerable indeed. O son of Pritha, the non-discriminating people who remain engrossed in karma enjoined by the Veda and its results, arguing that there is nothing other than this, those who are full of desires with heaven as their highest goal for the attainment of pleasure and power, utter these flowery words and talk of many special rituals that are capable of giving better births and various results of actions. For those who pursue pleasure and power exclusively, whose minds are robbed away by those flowery words, well ascertained understanding does not take place in their mind. The subject matter of the Vedas is related to the three gunas, qualities. O Arjuna, be one who is free from the threefold qualities, from the sorrow of the pairs of opposites, one who is ever established in Sattva guna, one who is free from the anxieties of acquiring and protecting, one who is a master of oneself. For the Brahmana who knows the self, all the Vedas are of as much use as a small reservoir is when there is a flood everywhere. Your choice is in action only, never in the results thereof. Do not be the author of the results of action. Let your attachment not be to inaction. Remaining steadfast in yoga, O Dhananjaya, perform actions, abandoning attachment, remaining the same to success and failure alike. This evenness of mind is called yoga. Action based on desire is therefore far inferior to that performed with the proper attitude of karma yoga. Seek refuge in this buddhi yoga, the yoga of proper attitude, O Dhananjaya. Those who perform action only for the results are misers. One who is endowed with the samatva buddhi, sameness of mind, gives up both punya and papa here in this world. Therefore, commit yourself to karma yoga. Karma yoga is discretion in action. The wise, endowed with the attitude of karma yoga, having given up the results of action, free from the bondage of birth, indeed accomplish the end that is free from all affliction. When your intellect crosses over the impurity of delusion, then you shall gain a dispassion towards what has been heard and what is yet to be heard. When your mind is no longer distracted by the Vedas, which present various means and ends to be gained, it will remain steady, firmly established in the self. Then you will gain self knowledge. Arjuna said, O Keshava, what is the description of a person of firm wisdom, one whose mind abides in the Atma, the self? How does such a person, whose mind is not shaken by anything, speak, sit, and walk? Sri Bhagavan said, when a person gives up all the desires as they appear in the mind, O Partha, happy in oneself, with oneself alone, that person is said to be one of ascertained knowledge. The one who is not affected by adversities, who is without yearning for pleasures, and is free from longing, fear, and anger, is said to be a wise person whose knowledge remains. For the one who is unattached in all situations, who neither rejoices on gaining the pleasant nor hates the unpleasant, his knowledge is well established. And when, like the turtle that withdraws its limbs, this person is able to completely withdraw the sense organs from their objects, his knowledge is steady. For one who does not feed the senses come back to oneself, leaving the longing behind. Having seen Brahman, when the self is known, even the longing goes away. Because the powerful senses of even the person who makes effort, who sees clearly, forcefully take the mind away, O Kaunteya. May one who is endowed with discrimination, keeping all the sense organs in one's own hands, sit in contemplation of me. For the one who has all the sense organs under control, the knowledge is well established. In the person who dwells upon objects, an attachment is born with reference to them. From attachment is born desire, and from desire, anger is born. From anger comes delusion, and from delusion comes the loss of memory. Because of the loss of memory, the mind becomes incapacitated, and when the mind is incapacitated, the person is destroyed. Whereas one whose mind is controlled, moving in the world of objects, with the sense organs under one's control, free from likes and dislikes, attains tranquility. When the mind is tranquil, destruction of all pain and sorrow happens, because the knowledge of one who is tranquil minded soon becomes well established. For the one who is not tranquil, there is no knowledge. For the one who is not tranquil, there is no contemplation. And for the one who is not contemplative, there is no peace. For the one who has no peace, how can there be happiness? The mind that follows the moving senses indeed robs the person of his knowledge, just as the wind carries away a small boat on the waters. Therefore, O mighty arm, the knowledge of one whose senses are completely withdrawn, mastered from their respective objects, is steady. In that which is night for all beings, the one who is wise, who has mastery over oneself, is awake. That in which beings are awake is night for the wise one who sees. Just as water flows into the ocean that is brimful and still, so too the wise person into whom all objects enter gains peace, remains unchanged, whereas the desirer of objects does not gain peace. Having given up all binding desires, the person who moves around, devoid of longing, without the sense of limited I and mine, gains peace. This is what is meant by being steady in Brahman, O Partha. Having gained this, one is not deluded. Remaining therein, even at the end of one's life, one gains liberation. Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे साङ्ख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः. Arjuna said, "Oh, if, O Janardana, your contention is that knowledge is better than action, why then do you impel me into this gruesome action, O Keshava? With words that are seemingly contradictory, you appear to be confusing my mind. Having decided which is better, tell me the one thing by which I shall gain liberation." Shri Bhagavan said, "O sinless one, the twofold committed lifestyle in this world was told by me in the beginning, the pursuit of knowledge for the renunciates and the pursuit of action for yogis, those who pursue activity." So we'll just let this sink in and let's just share our takeaways. So, in the beginning of the second chapter, Bhagwan gives the highest knowledge. And then he tells him, this is what is Sankhya, this is the knowledge, the yoga of knowledge. Now listen to Buddhi Yoga. And he talks of Karma Yoga. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. And Yoga Karma Sukhaushalam. And then Arjuna comes up with a doubt. And therefore then Krishna tells him, for you, you have to follow Karma Yoga. And then Arjuna has this doubt. What are the characteristics? What are the features of a Sthita Prajna? How does he sit, talk, walk, move about in the world? And then in principle, Krishna replies and answers what are the characteristics of a Sthita Prajna. The characteristics of a Sthita Prajna become the sadhana, the means to the end, the sadhana tools for a mumukshu, for a sadhak. And can we enumerate the Sthita Prajna Lakshanas? Starting from the verse Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmanyevatmana Tushtaha Sthita Prajnastadochyate. So one in whom the desires as though get sublimated as they enter. And one who is happy with himself by himself. I think everybody also can add on one quality of a Sthita Prajna.
Jai Gurudev, the one who is Prashant Chitta, Prasanna Chitta, and the one who can remain calm during challenging period as well as in the happiest moment, the one who can remain steady,
Yes.
the one who is yukta, the one who is um, having that feeling that I am complete, I have everything what is required, as well as that feeling that it will be provided even for the future. He doesn't have insecurity. And the one whose antakarana is shuddha without the raga dvesha or likes dislikes. This point I feel very challenging. Raga dvesha viyukta. That is the very, I believe that if that one control comes, then the whole life becomes very easy. So antakarana shuddhi happens when you do not have raga dvesha for the situation, for the people, for the surrounding. And when you are equanimous, when you see samatvam, as you said in the beginning, when you see that every being is you only, then that likes, dislikes will not happen, or the feeling of jealousy or negativity. So antakarana becomes shuddha. Good.
Yeah, very good. Anybody else wants to share? One whose sense organs are under his control, his or her control, and one who is firmly established. So when the ragadveshas are sublimated or neutralized, plus there is also jnana nishta. That jnana nishta happens only when there is this prasanna chitta. So they support one another. Once you have that prasanna cheta and you're pursuing knowledge, the knowledge becomes more and more clear. And with clarity of knowledge, there is further reduction in your further mastery over the ragadveshas. So for a sthita prajna, he has completely mastered his sense organs. They are under his control, his or her control. Just like how the turtle withdraws its senses, its legs when faced with danger, he at will withdraw his sense organs from the contact with the sense objects. And he is like the fullness of the ocean. Nothing else will add up to the ocean, and the ocean never dries up. It is forever there. No fulfilled desire will flood the ocean, neither will an unfulfilled desire dry it up. Unlike a pond is variable. It requires a source of water to fill it up. Whereas the ocean is full, is brimming. So he remains steady. He remains full, full of joy, peace, and wisdom, yet unchanging,
Yeah, unshaken also.
unshakable. Mm.
And Raga Dvesha are like the yardstick. The more you feel their presence, you need to increase your sadhana, your other seva efforts, so that you do not you come out of that pasha.
Like Gurudev says, just recognizing them is half the work done.
Hmm.
Acknowledging that, yes, they are cropping up.
Hmm. Even yesterday in satsang, he said, no, the importance of seva. When you think of others, then your own challenges they become like they nullify. You feel that, like you said yesterday, no, if you are hungry, then if you feed hungry people, then you come out of that craving.
That minus ahankara, mamakara and ahankara, nirmamo nirahankara. So that is what the sthita prajna has. That
Hmm.
is why Gurudev says, rather than what about me, ask what can I do for others. That will
Hmm.
dilute that mamakara. That will weaken that mamakara. Otherwise, it's so strong. Oh, it's all this life is only for me. What about me? I have to get this, I have to get that. So we are so concerned about our yoga and kshema. We want things that we don't have, that we want to acquire things that we don't have and we desire. And then after we acquire, we are so caught up in protecting that, whether it is money, food, name, fame.
Yesterday, very beautiful example I read. Uh, Ramakrishna, he said that that mongoose and the snake when they are fighting, so Vishaya Vikara are like that. When they fight, the snake bites mongoose, but immediately he runs away from that situation. He goes inside, deep inside the forest. He knows what the herb is. He goes and bite that herb, and then again the poison comes out, and then he again comes back and fights. So he says that in the samsara these vishayas are like that.
Mm.
You should know, you should have that herb in the form of sadhana, seva, and the satsang. They are like the herbs.
Beautiful, this one. Really good. Even I was reading one something in that they say mind is like a moon, no? Chanchala. Or it changes like that. So even that moon eclipses the sun. So this mind, we have to make it clear. And that is moon. And they say even Rahu Ketu eclipses the sun. And Rahu and Ketu, they are desires and dveshas, raga dveshas. So I think in the nature also, it is the similar thing. So with our mind can eclipse our Chaitanya. Even, and the desires and the raga dveshas also do the same thing. And when mind becomes sattvic by doing all the sadhana, it sees clearly what it is. That is a beautiful clarity of mind comes. And also yesterday I had announced my basic course, and I was really interested in doing it. But I announced and nobody is turning it up. I became really frustrated, you know, that intensity of the desire made me the frustration. So I thought, I am going to this chapter 2, and this is the lesson. Even that sattvic desire also should be controlled.
Oh, yeah, correct. Very right. I'm glad you
That
shared this.
really it gave me that direction. I became really frustrated, what I have to do for this. Then coolly I sat and called them and all that, and then postponed for 1 or 2 weeks. Now they are coming because some emergency happened. They are one group, and that emergency happened, and therefore the whole group didn't come. But it was really frustrating. And when you become frustrated, that desire for the longing for that you needed it, and these people, and my mind was really, 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 and I was really about to get krodha. Then the delusion happens. I learned it. I learned it really. Guruji wanted me to teach it, I think. I took it that way. I left it all to the Guruji earlier, let them come or not. But when they didn't come, he didn't turn me to Guruji, but later on I sat simply and thought of it. That mind this longingness, that desire, I wanted to start it, that made me krodha. And I lost my knowledge at that point. Krodha bhavati moha. And in that moha, your whatever knowledge will become blank. At that moment, I felt it and again came back. And really, second chapter is giving me the teaching, and Guruji also experiencing me that.
Very
Really,
beautiful.
really good.
Thank you for sharing. So here,
Thank
what is the one that we need to follow? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. You have only right over action, not over the outcome, not over the result. You start off with that desire, you announce the course, but then whether it happens or not the way you want it, however the result, take it as prasada. Then your mind will remain steady, it will remain peaceful, it will not be flustered. And that is how a sthita prajna is. Sukha dukkhe same. So whether it is joy or sorrow, he remains happy with himself. Right? So we'll stop here today. Thank you all for sharing. What we'll do, because the Sthita Prajna Lakshanas are what are our sadhana tools, it will be a good idea for us to go through the last maybe 18 odd shlokas from verse 54, 55 onwards. We'll go down to 72. We'll read this one more time before we go on to Karma Yoga. Right? So we'll do that tomorrow.
Ramanaji, can you post that summary
That
of
was already
second?
sent. It was
There,
sent in the
yes, I know,
mail.
I know. I want to check it again.
Check for Prasthanatrayam. It is
Okay,
there.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Prasthanatrayam, I think it's the third document of Prasthanatrayam. All this
Yes.
Gita, the Gita home study, the meanings are all enumerated there, all the different chapters, all the 18 chapters. Okay. Yeah. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.
Easily, first let us shake our hands. Shake our hands, and then let's keep our hands on our lap, or however you feel comfortable. And let's close our eyes. Let's keep our spine erect and body relaxed. We came into this planet weighing just 4 kilos or 5 kilos. Recollect or remember the weight of your body. It is 60 kilos, 70 kilos, whatever that is. Place your weight the chair or on the floor you are sitting right at this point. Let's take a deep breath in, hold the breath and let go. Honor your own body. Your body is the precious gift to you from nature. Become aware of your whole body. Skins, tissues, muscles, blood vessels, bones, and all the internal organs. Your body is a precious gift to you. Now let us come to the second dimension, your breath. It is our breath that is keeping our body alive. Your body is alive because of your breath. Take a deep breath in and let go. Incoming breath energizes the body and outgoing breath brings relaxation. This is happening all the time. Let us honor our own breath. Become aware of the air all around you. Like fish in the water, we are in air. Relax more and more. Let's take our attention to the top of the head and become aware of the empty space above our head. Become aware of the space in the entire room that you are sitting. Embrace all the thoughts, pleasant or unpleasant, good or bad. Become aware of a point right in the center of your heart, center of your chest. And take a deep breath in and breathe out and relax even more. As the body relaxes, the mind expands. And as the mind expands, your body finds deep relaxation. This moment is nothing to do and nothing to know either. Just let go and relax. Repose in yourself. You are a fountain of love. You are an ocean of peace. Repose in yourself. Take a deep breath in with a smile and breathe out with a smile. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So as you breathe out, you may open your eyes.